am to be considered by God as one of the stewards of His work. And my focus will be on digitization of content. And I thought to start with to just see where I've come from in terms of being encouraged by Hesabika, which is a catalyst of value-driven socio-economic transformation for Kenya. It's a call for Kenyans, of whom I am, to be counted for the transformation of the country. And there are, of course, the initiatives. Looking at the project at a glance, there are three areas I would want to focus on, and that's communication, coaching, and research. And research has been put in the middle very intentionally, because I think it informs the rest, the two C's and the R. So that in terms of communication, my engagement with the digital media and the traditional media, so it's informed by research of what is the current landscape that the people I am targeting are facing, and what are the general trends, especially looking at what research has captured. But then I'm looking at the use of my website, the use of Facebook channel, try to do some statistics just following the posts that I have sometimes done, and sometimes there is quite some following, so just wondering how can I use those connections and networks to reach out to them with the gospel. There is Instagram, I wanted to add YouTube there, and WhatsApp. And why I put WhatsApp here is a recent research by the Media Council of Kenya, actually in March, showed that WhatsApp is the second most famous platform that people are using to get information. Of course, the first one is Facebook, with about $3.9 billion. I'm used to money now, Vincent. 3.9 billion people are accessing, they are found in the digital media space. So that finally ends to alternative content consumption. And why am I saying alternative? There are times in a matatu or sometimes at work, I just think of, let me get WhatsApp, let me look at what people are saying on statuses, let me go on Facebook, what are people saying? But the complaint, the perennial complaint actually, on we are not finding alternative content to consume in the digital media space. So that after people get into these sites, are they getting the right information? And not only right, but also contextual, that which would sustain interest for one to go on. So part of the objectives, this is still work in progress. It requires a lot of props for those who understand that language. Part of the things that I have felt impressed on me by the Lord is consistency. Because times I write an article out of an experience or someone else's experience, but there is no consistency. So someone comes back after 2 months, the last article I left is still what I am seeing. Some people who have subscribed to my website and they do not find consistency in the information. But also I'm saying update with key thematic issues. So I'll be following thematic issues in a certain quarter. There's a huge term here. I'm saying gender intelligence through coaching. Part of this is background of what I do with Strathmore Business School. Conversations are moving from mentoring to coaching, and the major difference is that mentoring focuses on telling, but coaching focuses on using powerful questioning to help someone shape a certain kind of direction. And why conversations are moving towards this direction is that once you keep on telling someone, there will come a time when you cannot tell them anymore, because partly they have discovered more than you have been telling them, and especially with this generation that we are facing. But with coaching, you use questioning approach. So you are not prescribing. The solutions are, in the profession, you say they are client-generated. So someone comes up with solution, but as a coach, you come up with questions that help them just align what they are doing. The other issue is intentional research that's based on the content that I'll be using. I'm talking of blending available opportunities in traditional media. Sometimes there are more TV stations that are opening up, and just finding those slots where I can use for as an agent of transmission of the gospel. And at the end, my hope and desire is achieving communication through offering alternative content. Quite huge. I have explained those ones. From the objectives, again, still work in progress. What are the envisioned outcomes of this entire project? What I hope to see is having people who have engaging conversations. For example, on my website, I have intentionally removed the part where someone is supposed to write their email address so that you know the identity of this person, so that in case there is an issue that one would want to discuss more and in depth, then we can have that conversation. What I would consider to be of public interest through the page that I run on Facebook, I hope to be doing promotions. That means targeted audiences, and again, putting a budget on that so that we are able to get people who get this message, because we can leverage on the systems online to get to more people. Having interactive sites for engagement, and I say this intentionally again because people in the world, quote unquote, have utilized these platforms to, well, just to say the least, prostitution has also moved online. Illuminati is online. People engage on online platforms. And we keep complaining about that, yet there is something that must be done, or there is something that organizations and certain individuals are doing to drive a certain agenda that we are not doing. And so that the other envisioned outcome is an enhanced content plan, so that there is consistency. But at the end of the day, because I'm still feeling a bit lost, I want to have a certain voice. Voice means that there is a uniqueness that I am bringing in these platforms, as opposed to what others have done, so that it's just not copy-pasting what everyone else is doing. Strategy, I'm still been doing this analysis. The second stage will be designing a solution that will run for the entire of next year communication strategy. Then there will be execution. Reviews will be done as and when the strategy is happening, and then we'll keep on refining. So it's a circular form of engagement. How does one look at the effect? And this is my second last slide. Of course, the last slide is Q&A. So level one is reactions. It's research done by Kirkpatrick's. So at the first place is where people find quick areas of improvement through the content that one is broadcasting. But number two is learning. What has one engaged in that they had not engaged in before? Then there is, at level 3, there is behavior. 360-degree evaluations means that anyone above my age can engage me. People who we are age mate and someone who is younger than me, they can engage me and see consistency in character, so that I am not just good in certain contexts, so that the learning and the content that I'm getting inside myself is just making sense to a number of people. Would want to see a 360-degree person, what we would say, integration of concepts and the right kind of material. And then at level 4, there is the measurement of the outcomes of this engagement. Well, again, it's a work in progress. I am happy to invite comments of what will make this work even stronger and bear fruits for the kingdom. Thank you.
I wonder whether this particular work plan is based on a system. Is it a system you're developing, or is it content-based? Is content determined, or is content going to be coming, and then so that the focus of this project is the system that will be developing the content? So because I saw it's like your alternative content consumption is like what you're targeting to do. So is the project system-based, or is it content-based. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Francis. My questions almost echo something related to what Esther is saying. One of the things that was, you mentioned earlier, your issue is digitization of content. What content? I know you've mentioned along the way gospel. Another time you've made reference to this message. So what exactly is it? And is what you're bringing in, the new thing you're bringing in, is this a system of digitization of that content? Or is it the content? And so if the thing is content, it's on what message? Or if it is the gospel, do you have the expertise to be the one developing that? Or you're helping digitization of content and then having other people develop that content that you load into the system that you're telling us? Then another thing is, it would be good to have clarity on what your anticipated outcomes are. And I like what you talked about, the agenda, because things that people get to have conversations around, and how to get people have a conversation about something is very important. So if you can help, I'm just saying that's a big need of setting agenda.
So I have seen the different channels you plan on putting, assuming it's content. So for example, WhatsApp, would you be having I don't know whether there's WhatsApp channels. I know there's YouTube channel, there's Telegram channel, but are you anticipating people would subscribe to your WhatsApp page or something? Just a clearer process on how you intend to do that, to raise the forum or to raise the numbers. And then there was something around, was it agenda or gender? One I couldn't see from this far, but one of the circles in the objectives had intelligence, coaching. Was it gender? And if it's gender, what's the gender in there? Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Mine is clarity on the target group. As you think about promoting your message, I think there's a relationship between how you promote the target group and how you get to popularize your initiative in the social media, the digital media. And I'm thinking that within that space we have people who are called social media influencers. And I don't know whether there is a way in which you will seek some kind of a partnership as you seek to promote and popularize your initiative. And lastly, you talked about doing communication through alternative content consumption. And I think one of the main reasons why people communicate at the end of the day is that you will want to see either change or transformation. There's always an ultimate end in what is the end? What is it that you hope to get at the very end? I think it's similar to what Mary was asking in terms of outcomes. Yeah, but what is really the end of your idea? Yeah.